Well, Shooter, it's finally time. It's Love Island time.
Are we bombshells about to hit the villa?
I think these bombshells are about to hit this bill.
Hell yeah.
Bromshells.
Bombshells.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Bros and shows. I gotta have me my bros and shows. Bros and shows. Bros and shows. I gotta have me my bros and shows.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bros and Shows. I am your co-host, Steele Russell, joined as always by the one and only Love Island McIsland. What's up, dude?
Welcome to Brove Island.
Welcome to Brove Island.
Brove Island, yeah.
Brov.
We're so excited to get into this. This is just, it's been a long time coming.
Yep.
You know, I watched a lot of last season. Just spectacular television. It is so much content. It's going to be interesting. We want you guys to just know you got to work with us here.
Yeah, we're going to do our best to keep this as, what's the word?
Sequential?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sequential as we can and to keep you as updated as we can without letting too much time go by. This is episodes 1 through 4.
Yep.
So this is week
Not including
1.
After Sun.
Not After Sun. We can't add that to the mix.
After Sun is, so I was thinking about it while I was driving over to your house
Is
today.
that this?
It's
essentially?
this. So, like, it doesn't make any sense. It would be redundant for us to watch that. And we probably, they don't really give opinions so much as
That would
they
be
do,
what
like,
I didn't watch it, but I was afraid that if I watched
Yeah.
it would give me, differing opinions that are not my own.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like a recap show. They talk about, they're ex-Love Islanders. So they talk about their experiences and how that comes into play. And they kind of break it down. It's sort of like watching game film,
I like that.
which is cool and kind of fun. But it adds another episode to the mix. So what we're going to do is this will pretty much be our only 4-episode recap.
Yeah.
From here on out, it'll be 3-episode recaps. So we're going to do 1 through 4 today.
Yep.
We'll have 6, 7, and 8,
Yes.
I believe. Would it be? Yeah. 6, 7, and 8. We're going to film that on Thursday. So that'll be up before the end of the week. So you can look forward to 2 Love Island breakdowns a week from us. And we will make sure in the description, we'll show you which episodes we're doing.
Yeah, so you can stay on track with us as we go through this whole thing. We did watch the last one, the most recent one. We're not including that.
Yeah, we're
one
not
in
going to
this.
spoil.
We're not going to spoil it. We're going to do our best to not spoil it. But as a newcomer, I did not watch any of last year. I saw clips, obviously. I watched people talk about it a lot. Never dove in. I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Not because I heard last season was incredible, but more so I wasn't sure what to expect.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this show.
It's incredible.
It's the greatest show ever.
It's so funny because it's such a daunting thing to look at as a newcomer and say, holy shit, there are how many episodes a week?
Every night.
How do we even go about recapping this? We have a pretty good plan in the works here, but I'm not going to lie to you. Last year when I was watching this, I picked it up probably halfway through the season and I missed a couple episodes here and there and just watched clips. It was so daunting to even think about the possibility of us covering this. It was so much. We figured, shit, we got to just drop everything else and just figure it out. Nope. We're going to be watching this every night. Let's be honest. It is such good television. And the good part about you not watching last season, most people online, at least for the first couple episodes, they just immediately start comparing. Like, ooh, this person's like this person.
Yeah,
This
I don't
person's
like
like this person. It doesn't work that way. These are very different people than what we saw last year. You can draw comparisons if you want to, if that's what you want to do. We're not going to do that on this show, especially because Steele didn't watch last season. So it won't really matter.
Yeah. I'm just stoked to get into it. And like I told you earlier before we started recording, I look forward to watching it every night. When I got done, I watched episode 5 today. And when I got done, I was like, fuck, I wish that I could watch the next one because it's that good. But the way that we're going to do it today, we're going to break down the cast, what we think about the cast. We're going to break down the couples, what we think about the couples. We're going to talk about our favorite moments. And we're kind of going to go from there. We have a lot of questions too, so we'll probably extend the question portion.
Yeah, the question portion will be a good extension for that. We'll break down the OGs first, of course, as one does.
OGs and the bombshells that
except for one OG who's a real piece of shit.
Who's a huge racist.
See ya, Ulysa has left the villa.
Why?
Loser.
What the fuck.
Scumbag. Let's just talk about that right now.
Okay.
Real quick. If you're Love Island, you announced the cast last week before it starts. Everybody gets excited. Ooh, let's see what these people are all about. You get to Ulysa, everybody could see what her past was about. She did this shit on camera, on Instagram, on fucking TikTok. We have evidence of this. How did you not have evidence of this? What are you doing?
I have no idea. And that's the other part. As far as the network goes, when you're vetting your contestants,
Yeah.
how do you not see that and go, not even just for optics, more so from a moral standpoint? Like, hey, let's not give this piece of shit a platform.
Yeah. It made no sense to me when they announced the cast and everybody figured it out within like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, how are we gonna what like, I get it, like, you know, the other, like, there's other people that were like pissed off about other people's, you know, pasts and like who they voted for and shit, like whatever. These people aren't real. They're on Love Island. They're not real people. Ulysa has an actual past that we can see there that is incredibly problematic. She's a real piece of shit, and you still threw her out there. And then I guess that's why the first episode was was pushed like 40 minutes, was because they were trying to, I guess, probably edit her out as much as possible, knowing that she wasn't going to make it to episode 2 when they get that announcement. Ulysa has left the villa.
That was it, too.
That was all they did. And they must have told the rest of the cast, like,
Ace,
hey,
you're single now. It's
Ace,
like,
you're single. I don't want to hear a word.
Don't say a
Don't you say a fucking word. It is very funny, but the breakdown of this show is incredible. If you haven't started watching it and you're waiting for us to recap it, it is unbelievable. It's every day. They have so much filming. They edit the shit on the spot and get it out at 9 p.m. It is awesome.
I can't imagine being an editor for this show.
Dude, imagine being I always forget this guy's name. The Scottish guy who does the narrating.
Oh, yeah.
He has to sit in a room and narrate the footage that they give him and get it right back to them.
That would be awesome, actually.
It is actually pretty cool.
I would love to be that guy.
Yeah.
I could be that guy.
He's so fucking funny.
I didn't think I was going to like him that much.
No, really?
Dev said, I love the narrator, and he chimed in the first time. I was like,
I think you were going to love... Oh, okay. I thought because you had like some weird complex with Dev.
No.
Like, oh, my wife loves him. I'm not... I'm going to put this guy through the ringer, all right?
I actually very much trust my wife's taste. We have very similar taste.
Good.
So just some weird...
Fuck this guy.
Just some weird thing I have. Some complex. Yeah. No. No, I trust her opinion. That was the reason I was like, all right, let's see. And yes, he's incredible.
He's great. And he has like so much to work with. So there's so much material and content out there for him to make jokes about.
Well, these people are like caricatures.
They are incredible.
It's just ridiculous. And let's get into everybody. Let's introduce the cast. So we have Shelly, who's 27. She's from Miami. She also lives in the Bronx. Where she's from is very confusing to me.
So one thing I will say, where they're from doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It's so funny getting through, and I'm happy because, you know, the way we're doing this for the recap, you get through that first episode, it is so long. It's an hour and 45 minutes
Really long.
It goes faster than that for sure. They did have about a 10-minute dance number for all of the OGs, which was hilarious.
But I have no experience. I loved that.
Oh, it was the
I
best.
loved the dance.
It's the best. But once they get into it, you're like, you're watching it in a certain light where you're trying to get an idea of who these people are. And you're like, all right, you're from Miami. Yeah, you spend some time in the Bronx. All right. What do you do for work? Cool. By episode 3, you don't give a shit
Well, I
anymore.
forget.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's a day trader.
There's only one person that I will always remember what his profession is.
Austin. Yeah,
Who called the pool man?
Called the pool man. And by the way, dude, I'm sorry, Austin. It's pool boy.
Yeah, it's
not pool
it's
man.
pool boy. And yeah, dude, an episode. Fuck. This is the problem too. We watched the episode today that aired last night. At some point, he does start talking about like making a porn. I think he was talking to Amaya at some point.
Yeah.
In that episode, it's like, you're a pool boy. Of course you're talking about this.
That's probably your day to day. But then that's the other part, because with Austin, and I'm going to get to the boys afterwards, but since we're talking about it, he's from Michigan.
Yep. He moved to Florida.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
You see my confusion?
I gotcha. I
A
gotcha.
pool boy in Michigan? Or do you
That
doing it
wouldn't
in a
make much
parka?
sense. Yeah.
No. So that was where my
He's just
confusion
that
was.
guy that does the cold plunge in Michigan every day.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, but yeah, Shelly, and she doesn't like labels. She's bisexual.
Good place for. Oh, I thought you meant like, okay, yeah,
What did you think? I
like
meant?
boyfriend girlfriend.
Oh,
It's a good place to be.
A label as far as her sexuality
Yeah,
goes,
okay.
but she dabbles in men and women. So I also thought when she said that, I was like, ooh, is that
is-
going to come up this season?
Weirdly, that's one thing that I'm waiting for on this show. They do break it down where like you couple up with a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to bend. I just don't know how it would work.
Well, I think
it should be an option at some point. You can couple up with the same sex.
it would be interesting.
Yeah.
It would be really, and that's kind of, when she brought that up, I was like, I wonder if that will happen this season. If there's
Yeah.
going to be a moment where it's like, ooh, if there's somebody else similar.
Yeah, it should be an option in the future, I would imagine.
But hey, good sex is very important to her. All right. That's Shelly.
Hell yeah.
Alondria, 27, in the elevator and escalator industry.
Mm-hmm. Has
Super
its ups and
interesting.
downs.
She's from Decatur, Alabama. First generation college student. That's Alandria.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Moving on, we got Huda, 24, fitness coach, North Carolina. She's into cutesy shit.
And she has a daughter who's 4 years old.
That's the biggest part. I can't wait to talk about the couples. I can't. This is hard because I want to jump forward and like jump around.
I know, it's
but,
okay.
Like we got to
We'll get
try
there.
to. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. This is really important. She's waiting to tell people. Okay, and this is very important to note. And she makes a note of that out of the gate. I'm waiting to tell people that I have a child.
Yes.
Okay. Belle Dasha,
Yep.
aka Bella, is a Christian, which is important because of the first interaction that we get with everything. She is 22, from Oregon, and moved to Hawaii. Okay? Keeping up with me? Up next is Ulysa, massive piece of shit. Don't need to talk about her because of what a piece of shit she is, and don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Yep.
Okay? Let's get to the boys. Up first, you got Ace. Ace is 22. He lives in LA. He owns a dance company, and he's a family man.
Yep.
Nick, 24, registered nurse, does not know what the word feral means. You could
Not
describe me as
positive,
feral, and then he
He's
said
also
it.
a model, too.
I imagine
As
that
you can
most of
imagine,
these guys
yeah.
are models,
Yeah.
or most of these contestants
A
are
lot
models.
of the lore of Love Island is people coming out, and there's some shit that like I just don't care about when it comes to I was dating this guy and now he's doing this, or you've got Huda's baby daddy is like putting pictures out like saying I'm not an absentee father. It's like she never said you were. Shut up. This
Oh,
isn't
yeah, I
about
never
you,
heard
pal.
absentee father.
Move on with your life. Enough of this shit. Or the other people like talking about their interactions. The funny interactions are, I went to high school with that guy and he bullied me. Or with Nick, it was a girl that he was modeling with for years saying, oh, my fake ex that I used to model with and act like we were a couple all the time, he's on Love Island. Like those things are very fun.
That
Or
was one?
Ace, his dance, we all thought it was going to be like some dance studio that he has.
I did not.
He did it. Well, I think he does actually have that. But the clip that people brought up was him teaching guys from Pakistan how to dance to, oh shit, I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Migos, but maybe it wasn't. And it is so funny. It is unbelievable. He's on Zoom with these guys that are over in Pakistan and he's teaching them how to dance to that.
Oh, wow. I got to dive into the Love
Gotta
Island.
get,
TikTok.
like, my TikTok is just Love Island now.
Oh, I got to get.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I got to get onto that one. But again, Nick does not know what feral means. He's like, you can describe me as feral. And I was like, that's bad.
And he lets the patients touch his hair, which is bizarre.
Isn't that weird? They love how my hair feels. I was like, that's strange.
Yeah, can't do that, but
Well, I mean, there's extenuating circumstances, I
Suppose.
suppose, if somebody's like deathly ill and they're like, I just want to touch your hair. I don't know why they're British.
yeah, they're British.
Let me touch your curly bobbits.
Bobbits, yeah, that's probably true.
What do they say in England? Right, guys? Taylor. He's from Oklahoma, 24. He's a rodeo competitor, and he's going to vet school because his family, he's got a vet in the family, and he wants to be a veterinarian. Austin, 26, pool boy from Michigan, currently lives in Florida. Up last is Jeremiah, who's 25, from LA. He's a model / caterer, nerd, and he cheated on his ex.
Yeah,
Okay? All right. So, as far as these guys go, these guys and gals, I need first impressions. Right out of the gate. Who are you feeling's like, all right. And like, that's the other part for me having no background. I'm like, is there like supposed to be a top dog in the group? Is there supposed to be like, a hierarchy here? Or like, how does everything fall? And I figured it out. There really isn't.
there really isn't. It's just vibes. They're
which
just
is
all
great.
they make the most of it because again, you can't have your phone there. You can't have any sort of digital device. You can't like read books or anything there. You're just
These people don't read.
I know. Yeah. Well, to be fair, Sierra did come in and say that she. I can't wait to get to that shit. But yeah, there's nothing you can really do. You can work out. It's sort of like prison.
Yeah.
Except you get to sleep together and make out with
And the
people of the other
facilities are nicer.
The facilities are a lot nicer, yeah. So first impressions going in, I liked Ace a lot. I thought that Austin was a douchebag.
Yeah.
His
hair, bro.
his TikTok name, by the way,
Oh, no.
Scott Disick Stan.
What?
Yeah,
That's the most... Why? What?
that's his name.
Scott Disick? Is it... Because here's the thing. If somebody did that ironically to be funny...
Don't think it was ironic.
No, it wasn't.
Not even close.
I don't even know if he knows what irony is.
But he does do TikToks of him going down slides at pools. This is the thing. If you watch this show enough, you don't really get to a point. Like, I don't dislike any of these people.
I don't either.
They're all incredible in their own
took
way.
me 4 episodes to,
Yeah.
to get there, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
in the beginning, I'm like, Austin's a douchebag. His hair is terrible.
Yep.
Why are we experimenting with the mustache on this
Austin
show?
looks like he put that, do you remember Sun In?
yeah.
You put that in your hair,
yeah.
and then he just goes out, or he just spends so much time in pools that it's like chlorine.
Just
tinted.
chlorine in his hair. That's actually probably more like.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah.
And just like the way he like his tone, he's like, yeah, it's just like very monotone, very just kind of.
You're not going to dislike anyone.
And then I realized today, I just thought it was Cupid shooting arrows. Did you see what Cupid on the right pec is shooting?
What is tattoos?
Yeah.
The tattoos on the guys are incredible.
Fucking Ace has the Vegas sign.
He also has his entire family and then his name huge on his back.
Oh, no, just in case he forgets what it is.
Yep.
He has the Vegas sign with "Welcome to Fabulous Los Angeles." That's not clever.
Nope.
That's a bad tattoo.
It's a bad tattoo and it raises a lot of questions. Questions I would ask in a different show, but not in this show. The best tattoo is Taylor's. Do you see what he has on his left pec?
Ape does not.
Ape does not kill ape.
Don't kill ape.
Yep.
Which is from Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
That one's solid. I actually really like that one. I like Taylor a lot, and
Taylor's the best.
he really grew on me too.
Taylor's
because
the best.
once you get his vibe,
Yeah.
then you get it. Because in the beginning, he seems like disingenuous and kind of checked out. That's not it.
No.
He's just, that's who he is. He's just kind of like mellow and really like Taylor. But back to Austin's tattoo, it's Cupid holding a machine gun.
Oh,
You didn't see that?
that makes a lot of sense.
So it's Cupid on the left pec is like with an arrow.
Sending nudes, probably.
No, yeah, sending thousands of Jesus Christ. I can't wait to talk about that. But yeah, Cupid on the right's holding a fucking machine gun.
Okay.
Like, that's
Sure.
Austin. But he
is
probably, and like, he's probably talking about to people, like, especially girls he's like into, is like, it's the duality of man, love and death. Like, I'm deep. He's that voice.
Yeah.
Austin is that voice.
He is that voice. Yeah, he really is. But we'll get into the dynamic between everybody. When they walk in, first impressions, liked Ace, really liked Taylor. I thought he was very interesting. Austin, yeah, not really. Nick, I didn't think I was gonna like.
I didn't either. I thought I was going to hate him. He grew on me.
And a lot of them are funny in a way of holy shit, you're so stupid.
It's unintentionally funny.
Yeah, Taylor is unintentionally funny every single time he's on camera.
Love Taylor.
He is so good. His facial reactions, the way that he does anything,
His
is
reactions
hilarious.
to everything, like you need a camera on Taylor at all times.
I was just watching that before we started filming when it came to the recoupling that happened in episode 5 that we're not going to talk about. It was just Taylor's face.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yeah. With Nick, I agree. Like he grew on. They all grew on me immensely. Nick more so than most probably because I really didn't like him out of the gate. My favorite Nick thing is every time he goes to confessional, because obviously as we get into this, he gets into a little bit of a love triangle with Dasha and Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
Every confessional he goes to starts with "fuck."
Really going through it. We have to
Fuck.
get the breakdown of his percentages every second of every day.
That's-
Where you at now? Well, look, it was 70-30. And you know what? Sierra
the
just
things-
had such a great showing in baseball. So, it's like
80-20.
80-20. But then Dasha got out there and oh my God, guys. And he just keeps doing this with his hands and like
50-50.
like and everybody erupts. And it's just so funny. Like they're all weirdly, aside from Ace and Jeremiah, they're all weirdly supportive, but also just kind of pushing towards messiness.
Yeah.
Where it's just so much more fun if they do it that way. It's great.
But the best part about the rating system or the percentage system that he's doing is like, again, the best part about all of these contestants, None of it is done in jest. It is like, that's how he communicates.
But that's the only thing that they have going on.
Yeah.
There is nothing else you can do. Like, yeah, you spend an hour making breakfast in the morning, which is
That's
awesome.
the funniest fucking thing,
I
dude.
can't wait to hear what you have to say about the breakfast stuff, because that's a mainstay on all of these shows.
We'll just talk about it now. Like, the whole... What's the word? Presentation, the whole...
Yep.
Production of it all. That's the word. The production
yeah.
of it all. Because day one, when they're coupled up and the couples are out of the gate, we have Shelly with Ace, or sorry.
We should go about and talk about how the couples come about.
The smooching for
which
couples.
Is hilarious.
The smooching. Well, again, first time into this. Wait till I tell you about watching episode 4 with the baseball thing, by the way.
But first, we'll get back to the rest of our episode really quickly after a couple of words from our friends over at El Nutra. And you've heard Steele and I talk about El Nutra and Prolon. Anytime that we feel like we need a reset, maybe we've had a rough couple of weeks, maybe you were sick. Steele was sick last week. How about a good reset with El Nutra and Prolon with their 5-day fasting mimicking program that works at a cellular level to rejuvenate you from the inside out, providing real results, and their new next-gen 5-day program delivering the same science-backed benefits in a cleaner, more convenient, and more flavorful format. It is not like a fasting diet that you have ever seen before. It's not the water fast. It's not anything else that you've ever seen. They give you everything you need. There's snacks and little soups along the way to make sure that you still feel nourished while you're going through your entire fasting program. It's the best anytime that we need it, anytime that we need a reset. And I need a reset all the time. Summer's coming up. I got to get the summer bod ready to roll for the beach. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And this is a great way to do it because you don't feel like you're going to die while you're doing this fast. A lot of times, if you do other fasts, like Shooter said, a water fast, they're really difficult to get through. You get irritated, get agitated. And at the end of the day, with a water fast, as soon as you break a water fast and you start drinking water again, whatever benefits you thought you gained, you go pretty much right back to how you were feeling. With El Nutra, with Prolon, and this 5-day fast, you come out of it feeling rejuvenated because you don't feel like you've just been starving yourself for 5 days. I can tell you from personal experience, it works.
Absolutely. And for a limited time, you can be first in line to experience the new Next Gen program with special savings. Prolon is offering Bros and Shows listeners 15% off site-wide, plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/bros. That's PROLONLIFE.com/bros to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/bros.
I had no idea, so I'm watching and I'm like, oh, like you get to kiss 2 people.
I love that this is your first rodeo.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, you get to kiss 2 people. The crossover I was not ready for because then you got guys coupled up. And then you get people go over to the guy and make out with them while they're standing next to someone. And the funniest part to me about this show is like nothing's done gently.
No.
I'm going to face fuck you right now.
We're going to see if our faces are compatible, if this is going to work. My favorite was Alondria. Just every time that she went to go kiss, her tongue's out like immediately.
Oh my God. Did you
when
watch?
She does that with the blindfold.
Wait. The blindfold. She goes like this.
I hear somebody nearby. I can feel your presence. My tongue is out. Go ahead. I'm ready. It's like, all right, cool. But no, so the coupling up is hilarious. And obviously, this is going to work a lot differently than any of our other recaps. We don't remember who the fuck kissed who.
No.
Because there's so much goddamn content.
But we will say. The only thing I'm not taking notes. I'm not taking notes for this show, but I did take down the smooching for couples just to get the couples. Shelly kissed Austin and Ace.
Yeah.
Ended up picking Ace. Huda kissed Jeremiah and Ace. Oh, we didn't talk about Jeremiah first impressions. My first impression was, I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
I don't trust him.
Something about his face.
This nice guy bullshit he's doing, I don't believe it.
Yep.
I really don't. I think that the real Jeremiah.
A lot of people are starting to think that he's in it for just winning and winning the money.
That would make sense.
Which I guess I might have to explain to you how that works.
No. I got the best couple wins the money, right?
You have a choice.
Oh, is it like Survivor? Bachelor? You can take the money.
You can take the money. You can take the money and split it as a
lump
couple.
Sum, or you can
both have to vote for what you want to do.
Got it.
As a couple, you can do it. But if you say I want out and the other person says I want a couple, you get all the money.
Okay.
So it could be that he's trying to like string Huda along until the end,
Ooh.
which isn't going to work, by the way, because they are not going to get the votes.
No.
Nobody gives a shit.
No, God, they're
voting's
so
gotta be
fucking
coming up
annoying
soon.
at this
Oh
point.
man, I can't wait for voting.
I can't either. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm so excited. But Huda kissed Jeremiah and Ace picked Jeremiah. Beldasha kissed Nick and Taylor. But very important to note, and this is due to, I guess, the Christian thing, or at least she makes it seem like that at the time, only pecks on the cheek.
Well, you ain't getting no coochie out of this queen.
Right. That's that's what she says. So, kiss on the cheek. And look, I'm not here to tell anybody what their boundaries are. I was thinking strictly from gameplay. I'm like, you're going to start out in the hole. Because my summation of this is your first impression is 100% physical attraction.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to go on. So it's going to be physical attraction and how good was the kiss, right? So you're already starting, 10 yards back from everybody else because you're not making out with people. And again, your boundaries are your boundaries. I respect that. I just thought from a gameplay standpoint, that was a risky move.
It was, but it isn't because no matter what, the girl still gets to choose who they're coupling up with.
Sure.
So you might get your man
talking
stolen.
long game.
Yeah, long game for sure. But and we'll talk about how she handles that a little bit later.
She handled it well, actually.
But up front, she's in a good position of power. If it was vice versa, and the boys were going up to go kiss, and she said, "You have to kiss me on the cheek," she would get the last pick. Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Alandria kissed Taylor and Nick, picks Taylor. Ulysa, boo, kisses Ace, and Jeremiah picks Ace. As we know, Ace is now single. We're not going to talk about Ulysa anymore. And then you got Shelly and Austin because Austin was the odd man out.
Yeah, he was the odd man out. Ace got stolen from Shelly and had to couple up with Ulysa.
Went over to Austin. And that's the breakdown for me, like now that I've gotten, all right, so we met everybody, we got the smooches, we got the couples. I genuinely was like, Austin's not going to find somebody on this show.
I thought so too. I really thought that he was going to be out very quickly.
So did I.
I thought the first chance of bombshells coming in, he's going to get immediately pushed to the outside and he's just going to be floating around single until he leaves.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. He's still here.
Well,
at some point, but
I struggle to find, Shelly talks about all the time where she's like, and now we're going to
we'll go freeform. We'll make sure we hit all the events.
Yeah.
So we'll do the blindfold. We'll do what even
Baseball.
happens? Baseball's episode 4. There's something in between that I'm missing there too that we'll talk about.
Blindfold.
Oh, the briefcase. So we've got blindfold, briefcase, and baseball are the 3 events. The briefcase was how many nudes have you sent?
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you.
We'll get into all of that, but a lot of this is just going to be freeform. We're going to talk about the couples.
Let's
talk about
couples.
where everybody stands.
We'll talk couples because when Shelly went over there, first of all, Shelly's a delight.
Yeah.
Love Shelly. She's great. She's very compatible with everybody, just kind of goes with the flow. Love Shelly. I think Austin lucked out in getting Shelly because she then becomes one of the more sought after bombshells in the villa. Austin, again, doesn't really have a lot of prospects. And even when he's talking to Shelly, my thing with Austin, and I'm not trying to be that mean. When Shelly's like, yeah, we're having great conversations. Like, what are you talking about? What does he
There are
about?
cameras everywhere.
What
I haven't seen one great conversation.
I haven't seen, he has the depth of a puddle.
Yeah, there's
sorry.
not a lot there. It's sort of just like a comfortability. My theory is... And, there's a recoupling that happens, which we'll talk about in our episode later this week. But my theory is that Shelly is going to hold out and Ace is going to hold out till they get together.
That's what I think.
It's going to be a big thing because Ace is already planting the seeds there. Shelly's also planting the seeds.
Yeah.
You find out that they actually met before the show up in New York outside of a club. So there's some weird things going on there. Nothing nefarious. I don't think they're cheating the game or anything. But there's something already there, and I think that's what they're both doing, and that's what they're both waiting for.
I think Ace being the center of attention during the smooching for couples, I think it got to his head.
Ace is, he's fucking hilarious.
He's great. I love Ace.
Dude, his energy towards Jeremiah and Huda is the best thing ever. I think he clocked Jeremiah, and I'll talk about Jeremiah and Huda right now. He's love bombing the shit out of her. Or he got trapped immediately and he doesn't know what to do. I don't know what it is.
It's not that.
They're both weird.
They're bizarre, dude. And Huda, let's talk about them. All right. Let's just break them down entirely. Because first and foremost, it's not up for me to say how you're supposed to handle.
Yeah.
Actually, fuck that. I was a single dad.
Just be open.
You have to tell people.
Yeah.
You have to tell
If
people.
you're there for the
gate.
right reasons, which are finding love on the island, let them know that you're coupled up with this guy, spends the night in bed with him, fine, but the next morning, say that you're mom.
Yes.
And if he has a problem with it, it's early enough where you don't have feelings, you haven't been love bombed yet, you can probably move on.
But
you
that's
can probably find somebody else, and somebody like Ace or somebody like Taylor, maybe they're more susceptible to saying, yeah, all right, cool, I'm into that. That's fine. I don't
think you want
like
Austin
that you're
as a
mom.
stepdad, but
Yeah, I don't see it. For the love of God, I hope he is never a stepdad.
I can take him to the pool.
I just have to clean it first. Guys.
Yeah, you want to come to the... That's the tone in which he speaks.
Who called the pool
Who
dad?
called the pool dad? Ha ha ha. No,
God.
but like with Huda, it's like, dude, there's so many layers to that where it's manipulative.
Yeah.
Because now if you get a dude that falls for you and he's got genuine feelings for you, and then you bring the kid up, because unfortunately, it's just a fact of life. Not everybody wants to be a parent, or at least where they're at in their life. And that's fair. It's not for a single parent to be like, oh, you're a dick because you don't want to be a stepdad. It's like, no, they have that choice to make. It's a big decision.
Like them starting off and just like having those initial conversations, just trying to get to know each other. Her dropping that she had 2 bedrooms and him immediately asking what the second bedroom was.
I wouldn't have even thought of it. I would have been like, oh, cool, you have a
I
two-bedroom.
would have never in a million years asked a follow up to that. I would have been like, cool, a 2-bedroom in this economy? Good
Sick,
for
yeah,
you.
this
That's
economy?
fucking awesome.
Well, you're rich.
Good for you. I do like you a lot. Let's stay together. We can get more money from this.
My sugar mama.
We can get a 3rd bedroom. This
Hell
is
yeah.
awesome. So right away asking what the second bedroom was for and her not answering is crazy.
What's crazy is assuming that because she didn't answer, it must be a sex room.
I'm not going to lie. I thought it was too.
What?
I thought that's what he would have thought.
Oh.
But like, I probably would have been like, "What? Why are you so guarded about this second bedroom?" Like,
I would have-
To be fair, I would have thought like, "What are you, like an OnlyFans model, and you got a studio back there? Like, what is this?"
Okay.
Like, that's kind of where my mind would have gone. Obviously, we knew she had a kid, so it didn't. But that's, if I'm Jeremiah, that's probably what I'm thinking. If you're so shut out about explaining this,
That was the weird part. She's like, don't worry about it. I'll let you know. I'm like,
It
what?
sounds sexual.
Just say it's a guest room,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
what? I bought a 2-bedroom because I'm doing well and I wanted a bigger house and it's my guest room.
Yeah, it's such a weird predicament because you already told Alondria and Shelly as soon as you got there that you had a kid and you wanted to keep it hush.
Told them to, and they did, by the way.
But they respected your wishes. They locked it out and you're good. But now you've got other questions coming up and it's going to affect things going forward. So get ahead of it.
Like,
But yeah, so you get the sense Jeremiah and Huda, very bizarre relationship. Love bomby from both of them. I get love bomby from Jeremiah and I get trapping from Huda.
yeah.
And that's what's going on and that's what's happening. Ace, I think, clocks that from both sides.
Okay.
His manipulation, he never, for the first 3 episodes, took his foot up from Jeremiah's throat. Every single situation that pops up, from the blindfold where Ace is messy as hell and he gets up to go kiss, who did he get up and he kissed Huda second. I think, he got up and kissed Shelly. He kissed Shelly, then goes over and kisses Huda just to fuck with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah is in a pretzel.
Oh,
over
mental
that.
pretzel.
Did you get up? You said you didn't get up, but like, do I trust you? I don't know. Talking to Ace, Ace is like, fuck you mean? Like, we've been here for 2 days.
Yeah, bro.
Why are you
like,
so stuck up about this?
why
But
is
he's
it so-
smiling the whole time. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's just fucking with him.
It's just toxic
It's
as
hilarious.
hell, man. Like, that is a disaster relationship. If you're that close after 4 days,
yeah.
which how close they get, like,
Huh?
all my alarm bells are going off.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Don't do this. This is bad. And also, respect the game.
Mm-hmm.
Respect the game. Nobody's locked down. Now let's keep trucking
Yeah.
through the couples.
What do you think about Alondria and Taylor?
I think
what have you
they're
seen
the
in these
most
episodes?
genuine.
They seem like they're building a friendship, and if romance comes, awesome.
I don't know if I see the romance.
I don't see the romance at all.
because there's just a very much like BFF vibe going on.
Which is cool too, because at the end of the day, there are so many bombshells. There's Casa Amor, which I can't wait for you to see.
What the fuck is Casa Amor?
So the group of them, they'll either decide that the men or the women will all go to Casa Amor.
Okay.
Which they'll leave, some bombshells in there so like people can walk around or whatever. But they'll go to Casa Amor, which is 4 or 5 new girls.
Oh.
So if all of the men go, and this is where the Huda and Jeremiah thing is going to be hilarious. And she better stay on the show until then, because that crash out's going to be incredible. If Jeremiah comes back and there's a whole dramatic thing where they can either come back single, meaning they want to stay with their couple, or they come back with somebody from Casa Amor and they're coupled up with that person.
Ooh.
So if Jeremiah comes back with the girl,
No
Huda's
way.
going to freak out.
If it's anything like her reaction to the baseball game, then yeah, I would imagine it's going to get pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
But as far as Taylor and Alondra, I want there to be romance because
I do too.
They check a lot of boxes for each other. They're both, from the South. They both love being out in the country. Like all those things kind of line up. They have a similar vibe. They're able to like give each other shit right out of the gate and not take it seriously. Like she's talking shit about him not being able to fish. I like that. They vibe really well. I just don't feel a spark there.
I agree.
So I want there to be.
Their conversations actually seem the most deep.
Yeah.
And like, it's funny because they'll go to their confessionals or they'll just flat out say it to each other. I feel like we're not getting deep enough, but they seem like they're getting along so well.
The most comfortable, I
They're
think.
definitely the most comfortable out of everybody. I mean, you can talk about the love triangle, which we will in a second. But when it comes to Alondra and Taylor, it's like, you guys seem like great friends. And I do hope that either there's a spark there or there's not. And you guys can recouple up and stay till the end so that you guys can still talk and be friends.
Want that. I love their
that's kind of what I want.
And like, I love that they kind of narrate what's happening.
Yeah, and I hope that they continue to narrate too, even if they're in different couples. They can sit down and kind of break it down and share information that they got from the other person to kind of further it.
And I feel like I'm part of the group.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want. We want a narrator that's going to make us feel like we're part of the group. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most. But Ace, obviously, he's single. Probably a very welcome sight waking up. No issues. Let's get into Nick and Beldasha.
Nick and Beldasha, I immediately was like, this isn't going to work out, which is so funny because I found myself by episode 4 rooting for Nick and Beldasha. But their conversations were not conversations. They would say one thing and they would giggle, and the other person say one thing and they'd giggle, and there was no connection whatsoever. I didn't feel any kind of anything. Again, somehow grows against all odds because of the blindfold thing that we're about to talk about. But yeah, I didn't love them together. I just thought that it's two pretty people.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much what it was. It didn't seem like there was much substance there. But at this time, while we're watching it, I didn't think that Nick had much substance. I didn't think that Bella had much substance.
I don't know how much substance Nick still has, but he's entertaining.
So fucking funny to watch.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck. And it's not even really a confessional. He's not even saying anything. It's just his hand is just down in his hands.
Yep.
It's like so fucking
He's just
good.
going through it constantly.
God. But the big thing that comes from the blindfold, which is the second night where everybody's coupled up, everybody's blindfolded. Raise your hand if you want to go kiss somebody else. No one will know. You won't know, except you'll probably smell them as they walk by and feel like a gust of wind getting up next to you. Sure, whatever. I imagine that they're like loading up on perfume and cologne.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Place
That's what
probably
these people
smells
are
like
doing.
Axe body spray.
Absolutely does. And chlorine, because Austin can't help himself but clean the pool. I haven't seen one person in the pool yet. It's pissing me off. But everybody can go, and only 3 of them get up to go kiss. Alondra, Shelly, and Ace.
Yeah.
A lot of that's intermingled, too. Except for Alondra, who just sticks her tongue out like, hey, come on.
No,
sure, this
so
is fine.
funny, dude.
The big thing that comes from that is 2 new bombshells hit the villa.
And one, what do they call the dudes? Are they bombshells?
They're both bombshells.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was
gender neutral.
I was thinking of episode 4. We get the other 2 bombshells that come in.
Yeah. So Charlie comes in.
Charlie, the British fella.
Charlie, the British fella. He's going to show these Americans how to act. Going to show these Americans how to have some game. He gets to kiss everybody.
That also took me by surprise.
They did say, apparently, and I do know that the bombshells, before they get to the villa, they're allowed to watch the footage. So they do know what's going on, and they know who's coupled up.
Background a little bit.
So it kind of explains later where Amaya and
that
Huda
makes more sense because I was like, "What the fuck is her problem?"
She knows that I've got a connection with him.
How would
she's
she
doing
know?
this on purpose? Yeah, she probably is. Fuck off. But
it's
Charlie,
the show.
They know that Bella is not open to kissing.
I knew
So they
that.
did-
Well, that's why
Charlie
when
does give a
Charlie
kiss
does
on
the
the
kiss
cheek.
on the cheek. I was like, did they tell him?
Yeah, he knew going into it. So that was part of it. But he gets to kiss everybody.
Yep.
And then Sierra gets to come in. She gets to kiss everybody. And then they vanish.
Sarah put on a show.
She did. Yeah, which we appreciate on this show. Then they vanish.
Mm-hmm.
Ariana, 2 bombshells just came in and kissed everybody.
Yeah.
Did you guys all get those kisses? Now you get to tally up your kisses. How many kisses did you get? Go talk about it.
Yeah.
See how this goes. That's when the Jeremiah and Ace stuff starts up. Jeremiah is so in his own head. I only got 1 kiss. How many kisses did you get? What about you? Well, I got 2. Fuck, who got up and kissed? Did you get up and kiss somebody? Ace is just laughing his ass off, and it's so entertaining
Because
to
it
watch
should
him
be
go through
just
it.
light. It's not that
The
fucking deep.
Second day.
And if I'm Huda, his reaction to it, I would have been like, fuck this guy, because he's
Loved it.
that's
He's
weird.
protective of me.
No, it's
He's
weird.
gonna support me.
Fuck that. It's
You're
weird.
nuts.
You've known the guy a day and he's questioning you like you've been dating for a year. Like,
gonna
who'd
have
you
an
kiss?
aneurysm.
I felt you get up. I felt you get up. She didn't get up, by the way.
Didn't.
And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
this guy sucks.
And yet they weirdly are the closest to closing off.
I hate it. Like,
Closing off, by the way, once you close off, you're done. You can't mingle.
close
nobody
them
can pull
off
you
and
for
Get
chats.
them out of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because look, what they
No, do not get them out of the show. By the
No,
way,
don't.
Keep
They're
them
too
there
good.
for the love
I
of
agree.
God.
I agree. Don't. But like,
Don't let them go. Like, let them be open the whole time. Don't let them close off,
yeah.
and just see what happens.
I just. By the way, we get an inkling. It's episode 4, I think, where Amaya and Hannah
Yeah.
come in, and Amaya goes to talk to Jeremiah down on the dock. Meanwhile, Ace was talking to Huda and clearly like making fun of her and Jeremiah, and she didn't realize what was going on, which that part's.
When he drops the, it's been 3 days. Why are you guys doing this?
It's been 3 days.
Yeah.
But when he brought up the fact that, like, you know, no one feels that they can go and talk to you, Huda was way more open to it than I thought she would be.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
was
no one's
saying
done
no
it.
one-
I was like,
Because of the energy you're putting out there.
100%. But then it made me question. It's like, oh, well, wait a minute.
Is she going to get a little jealous of the other girls getting pulled and she's not getting pulled?
And is she open to the idea? Is she going to be like, Jeremiah, you can't play the game or I'm going to get mad at everybody. But if somebody comes and talks to me, I'm game.
Yep.
Because that I'm here for.
That I'm definitely here for.
That would
I
be
am
great.
so here for that. And the result of this whole blindfold test is the bombshells get to text who they want to go spend a night
In the hideaway.
in the hideaway.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets to go? Nick gets a text
From Sierra.
and Shelly gets a text.
Yep. Who goes?
So that was very funny because that's just like you don't really have a choice in the matter.
No.
We're going to send you away regardless.
Bye.
Of, you could be as coupled up as possible. And this is where I wish it did get a little messy, but it does afterwards, even though Charlie and Shelly doesn't, is if Charlie had pulled Huda.
I wish so
And she
bad. that
had to
pulled
go.
Huda.
And she's just beside herself all night. I can't leave Jeremiah alone. What am I going to do without Jeremiah? That's where it would have been really funny, but they don't. They don't get too messy. It just gets a little messy with Beldasha. But it seems fine. The one thing I'm going to nitpick here, and this happens twice when Sierra's talking. She was talking to, I guess, Ace the next day. She's talking to Nick about Avatar: The Last Airbender. And he goes, oh, I fucking love that show. Absolutely love that show. We could be like the bald guy and not Katara. They don't end up together. They do end up together, and they create another Avatar, you assholes. So enough. But that pissed me off.
You know what pissed me off more?
What's that?
She wasn't referencing the show.
Oh, yeah, she was.
She was referencing the live action movie.
No.
I'm 99% sure.
No.
The M. Night
She said the
Shyamalan.
series.
No, she didn't. And the way she talked about it made it sound like live action. And the M. Night
I'm gonna have to go back and
Shyamalan
watch that.
Last Airbender was one of the worst movies ever
I think
made.
it is the worst movie ever made.
Like, quite possibly.
Yeah,
And I'm like
rating-wise.
pretty sure she was referencing
man.
the movie.
Well, the other part was she was talking
And the
about...
bald guy, you like Avatar, but you don't know Aang's
Yeah.
name. Give me a fucking
He was
break.
making it up. He was just trying to sound like he was relating.
Live action Avatar, the show,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. One of the best things ever.
Yeah.
But the other one that I was referencing is her sitting down with Ace talking about books. And she goes, yeah, my favorite book is The Alchemist. Oh, mine too. I fucking love that book. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Fuck off, dude. No way.
And she actually was being genuine because I'm pretty sure that book is about somebody going to Egypt, and she had just said that she traveled to Egypt. So it made sense. And he's like, I fucking love that book. Like, okay, Ace.
Yeah, dude, who wrote it? Like, there's no shot. But that's fine. Like, I love that part. Like,
Yeah, lead into it.
the funniest thing with Ace, dude, and like, he clearly has or thinks that he's the main character. The way
He
that
is
he
right now.
the way that he talks, bro, is the funniest shit to me, because in confessionals, when he's talking to people, it's always this just, soft tone. Like,
Well, he says he's an introvert. Every video of this guy online says opposite.
he is not an introvert.
He's so fucking funny,
He
though.
may not know what
There's-
introvert means.
There's a video that he put up there where he has 6 siblings, which we know about. He's got them tatted all over his body. He's got a million nieces and nephews running around. He took them all to Disney World, which is awesome.
That's nice.
But he shows up and says, hey, I got a surprise for you guys. And his niece goes, did you bring us money? He goes, hell no. Like, he's just funny as shit.
I like Ace. I don't
He
have a
is
problem.
So
with Ace.
fucking funny. And watching him just try to prey on the downfall of Jeremiah and Huda because of what they're going through. And by the way, I agree with him.
I'm on his team.
You need like things to get messy as hell. It's just so funny. At the baseball game, when the bombshells come in and Amaya's going after Jeremiah,
Dude.
he's jumping up and down like a child cheering.
And he's cheering, finally, finally. Like, I love that. I love
the
that
best.
energy.
Or in the briefcase game, which, not a lot happens during the briefcase game. We get more information about them. Like,
We just get to find, and this is
did you cheat on somebody? How many people did you have sex with in one day?
well, hold on. First and foremost, I believe some of the women told the truth.
Yeah.
Not all of them, some of them. None of the dudes told the truth.
Well, I would imagine that this was like a questionnaire that happened for the interview process.
Yeah, and they still didn't.
And you're going to try to make yourself seem more appealing for the show.
Correct. Exactly.
Austin's,
Except,
I
unless you're a dumbass,
Austin's, I believe.
Austin 100% was true. And that just
He
goes
sent
to show
thousands
you.
of nudes.
He probably thought that it was like he was under oath. Like, oh, shit.
Oh,
I
God.
wish I didn't have to tell people about this one.
Do they have my phone? Can they prove this?
Oh, God. Like,
God.
thousands.
Nick's response for, I guess he sent 800 nudes. He's like, I was in a 3-year long distance relationship.
He was I thought it was like 500.
Maybe it was 500. Yeah. I was in a 3-year long distance relationship, so I had to do it. It's like, all right, well, I guess that's an
not a bad
approximation.
excuse.
Whatever. No, it's not. But my favorite was,
Charlie not knowing what a nude was.
my favorite
Oh, you
was,
mean like a dick pic?
you mean like a dick pic. No, I wasn't fully nude. Do you have to be fully nude?
It was
what are
just
you talking about?
my knob.
Just my butthole.
Also,
Who knows what they do over there in England. But my favorite was Ace, of course, being the one to open up the cases. And it gets to Huda. How many times have you cheated on a partner? 2. Damn.
yeah, damn.
Looks
No, it
right at
wasn't
Jeremiah.
cheated. It wasn't cheated. It was
Oh, it was 2 guys having sex with 2 guys in a day.
one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised too. And then when she says the reasoning behind it, I was like, oh, because she's like, well, the first one didn't leave me satisfied. I don't have, live your life. I don't
Whatever you
give
want.
two
No
shits.
kink shaming here.
But it was more like, I'm trying to read the energy.
Yep.
Okay, the energy that somebody's giving off on both sides of this room, right? Boys and girls. The energy that she has put forth up until that came out was very much the opposite. And
Yeah.
then it comes out that she banged 2 dudes in one day, and she's like, yup.
Light
I was
work.
like, oh, well, that's different than the vibe you're trying to put out here. And the other thing is, Jeremiah needs to pull the stick out of his ass. That dude's such a bummer. Like, none of his stuff is fun.
No.
And he just like he seems like he's too cool for shit, and like just like yeah,
He's
you
just
know.
like, and this is, I guess, what Ace is trying to get to. They're so closed off without actually being closed off.
Yeah.
That they're not actually experiencing what's going on, and it's kind of taken away from the house. So they're just trying to find the fun in it.
I agree.
And that's what you get when you get responses and reactions from Ace, from Taylor. Taylor's so fucking funny, dude. His mannerisms are the best.
I love Taylor.
But at the end of the day, you want them to get messy. You want them to break up. You want some shit to go down. And they're going to force your hand at some point because they're bored.
Exactly.
They
And
have
like,
to mill around the villa all day. They're not allowed to get out. They're not allowed to have any devices. All they're allowed to do is just talk to each other and work out
and start shit.
and start shit. And by the way, they're allowed to drink at night. So shit's going to get messy.
They're not allowed to drink during the day.
Nah, during the day, I don't think they're allowed to drink. Yeah. It would get too messy. I think they do have a limit. Probably like 2 or 3 at
What?
most. Yeah.
Ooh.
They have to keep it somewhat under wraps,
That's boring.
I guess. I don't know. There's liabilities in there somewhere.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's big time boo. But really, after all that, I mean, the couples pretty much stay where they are.
Yeah.
Ace is single. After, the blindfold thing, Charlie.
I thought
not coupled
Charlie,
up.
and here's why I like Ace's approach, because he's very much like, I'm going to cast a wide net, experience everything. I'm not going to, him being single is like the best thing ever because he was able to just kind of move around.
Yep.
And he's got a rapport with every girl in the house.
Yeah.
Like he's talking to everybody. He has the same game with every single one, which is even funnier to me. But I like the way that he's moving. He's just kind of trying to take it all in. That's great.
I mean, that's what you want to do. You just want to find a way, because after the hideaway, when we get to Nick being able to recouple with Sierra, Bella's left out on an island.
Yep.
So he talks to her a bunch. It's at the end of the day, what you want to do is just try to stay on the show. If you stay single, you're vulnerable.
And that's
they
why
can
I
send
thought
you home.
Bella's move of the kiss in the cheek, I was like, ooh, that might not be good. The way that she flipped it, though, it actually ended up being a great move because when we get to the baseball game, which we're about to, it like flipped everything on its head. Everyone's like, holy shit, like this whole different side of Bella. That was the best part about that. And like, I'll save that for 2 seconds just to go back to Charlie and Shelly. I was stunned. And so was Austin. But Austin stood up.
God, yeah.
That was a defensive stand-up, so he didn't look like an idiot.
Yep.
And Shelly didn't stand up.
Yep.
And then Austin was like, fuck. I'm never going to find a girl again.
Luckily, it didn't mean that they had to stay single.
And I'm glad that most of them...
the way that the structure is, but everybody took it pretty well. I mean, Alondria was like, I get it. I mean, I was surprised that you stood up. And Taylor's response was, well, I mean, you got up and kissed a couple of people, and people came over and kissed you. So is it really that much different? I didn't really know where we stood.
It's
a little different, but like...
spin zoned it. He spin zoned
it in the best way possible.
It was, and like it worked. And like and I like that, because I understand feeling some type of way about it.
Sure.
Like I get that. And she did. And she made that known. I get where he's coming from. It was still a spin zone.
Yeah.
But I get where he was coming from. But like that whole thing, like the recoupling, and then we'll go to the baseball game. That was hysterical. All of the dudes got up except for Jeremiah. Mm-hmm. And then, stick in the mud, fucking Huda's like, all these boys, blah. It's like, stop it. We're here for this.
I love Alondria's response. Like, it's a fucking game. Like, what?
And she's like, don't do that. Like, and then Huda like gets upset, starts
like
crying. It's like, bro, stop.
Yeah.
Like, it's too much.
She's so much.
It's so extra. And
I do like that at least, like, at the end of the day, Alondria came back and was like, is she really crying about that? All right, I'll go fucking talk to her.
Squashed it.
Like, I'll squash it right now.
I'm glad she did.
Because it's not worth it to do it with somebody that you have to live with for 8 weeks, potentially.
No.
Like, hey... what are you doing? Like, relax.
2 months in that house with that kind of energy.
You're being supportive. I love you. Okay, let's never do that again.
That was the whole thing. It's like, it's a game 1. 2, we've been here for 48 hours. Yep. We just had 2 people introduced to the house that made a lot of waves with their tongues.
Yep.
That's why I was stunned when Shelly didn't stand up. I was like, of course she's going to leave this dud. Like, that's all I see Austin as.
That's why I think it's the long game. They're playing for Ace.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
It's smart, but I think Ace, man, I like Ace a lot. I do think that he thinks he's the number 1 guy in the group. Mm-hmm. And I think that might bite him in the ass when it comes to...
if him and Shelly team up, though, they're going to get the most votes.
If they team up, for sure. But I'm not sure, like, you could be right. That makes the most sense. But because Shelly is so nice and open and she talks to everybody, it's not a guarantee.
No, it's not a guarantee.
It's not Austin, for sure.
It's just how I see it going.
Austin belongs with Amaya.
Yeah.
They have the same fucking energy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to get to the fucking meditation.
When it comes to the Hannah and Amaya stuff, obviously they do get introduced during the baseball game, but the baseball game is goofy as shit. Hey, we've got them all standing on different bases. Pick your number 1 guy for home plate. But you are going to make out with the other 3 before you get there.
How was home plate the big, like, payoff? I'm like...
I guess it was like, hey, there's no objective here. The first one was you guys got to use not your hands to get this ball out of a ball pit. Like, all right, or popcorn,
that was gross.
And then the second one was spray yourselves with ketchup and mustard.
It was jelly, I think.
Yeah, and take each other's clothes off with your teeth.
Yep.
All right, cool. Third one, we're going to find a popsicle down here.
Yeah.
And you got to eat the popsicle together, but you're just going to make out at the end of the day. Home plate, you just get to do whatever the fuck you want. Jump in their arms, make out.
That was the most PG part. And I mean, they all ramped it up. They were like dry humping each other.
Yeah.
So like, I get it. But
dude, but Huda's reactions, anytime. Like Jeremiah, there's 5 guys there. Jeremiah's going to get involved.
Of course he's going to get involved.
And he's going to lean into the game a little bit. What are you supposed to do at this point?
Because if you don't, you look like a fucking loser.
Yep.
Like, that's the whole point. Now, I told you, I don't know how long ago, we've been doing this for a minute, but early on in the episode, I had a story about episode 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you know, I was in Texas this past weekend. And I was like, oh, it's great. On my flight back, I can cram some episodes in. I watched episode 4 on an airplane.
Oh, God. Dude, I watched episode 4 in my office.
I was like, this. So, of
I
course,
had to, like, hide it.
of course, I'm sitting, like, I was on Southwest, so it's pick your own seats. And there was an exit row it was the 2-seater exit row.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, sweet. I'll just sit there in the aisle. I was sitting next to a woman, and she has to think I'm the creepiest, grossest dude in the world.
Yeah, probably.
Because I was sitting there like this. If you're not watching YouTube, you're missing out. You know, just watching my phone, not really knowing what was about to happen.
Uh-huh.
And of course, the flight attendant's walking by. So I kind of like turn my phone towards this poor woman. And I look up and I'm talking to the woman. She's like, what do you want to drink? I'm like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Look back at my phone, and it's second base where they're squirting jelly on Alondria's ass whilst twerking on Jeremiah.
Good.
And I was like, oh, no.
That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, no, it was not.
God, that's
Don't
the best.
watch episode 4 in public.
Yeah. Or you get Sierra just, like, twerking on the base path. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah, and that was the funniest part was like the in-between, like going to everyone had a different approach.
Yeah.
But the general approach was ass towards your target and just like slide.
Yeah. Hey, it seemed to work out. I mean, we did get to see a different side of Bella.
That was
Bella
a big
saved
moment.
it all up, and she just decided, I'm going to kiss the boys today.
It was a big moment.
Huge moment, because again, Nick is sitting at home watching her go through all these guys, kissing all of them. He's still torn. He's in a little love triangle. All right, this is so much better. God, it's back to 50-50.
Shit, you can just see the scale on his head going back and forth. And that's the thing, like with Sierra, they had a big night in the hideaway. Like, they really seemed to click a little bit. I really like Sierra. She seems like the way she handled the whole Bella love triangle thing, I thought spoke volumes.
Realistic, yeah.
Yeah, and she was very mature about the whole thing. Didn't try to like lock him down. It was like, it is what it is. So I appreciate that. But they did seem to have a solid connection. In my head, I think that Bella and Nick, more emotional.
Yep.
Sierra and Nick, more physical.
I would agree. I think he's pretty much said that too. He said he's more sexually attracted to Sierra.
No.
He feels like he did say sexually attracted to Bella.
No, he's a fucking idiot. And he said,
I think he said the wrong thing.
no, he didn't. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. He was like a normal person would say, I'm sexually attracted to this person, but I have more of an emotional connection with this person.
Yes.
With those two, he said, with Sierra, like, you know, it's just so sexual and this. But like with Bella, like, I'm so sexually attracted to her. I was like, that's like the same thing,
the
you
exact
dumb
same
fuck.
God, it's so fucking funny. And, you know, next episode we'll see in the recoupling, because we do get 2 new bombshells.
Yeah, they enter
we
the
talked
baseball
about earlier with Amaya coming in and putting Jeremiah at home, immediately making out with him.
Huda's flipping
her off.
Like, what are you doing? Like, that's the thing.
It's the show.
You could watch, and the funniest part, dude, is like Alondria's sitting next to Huda, like holding her hand. Like, this traumatic experience. The love of your life is making out with somebody. That's like, dude, first and foremost, when Huda went around the base paths, Huda made out with all the dudes.
Yep.
Okay?
She's okay with that because they've known each other.
That's what I'm saying. So here's what I'm saying when it comes to Huda. We're not at questions yet, so you slow the fuck down.
All right.
That's my point with Huda. And that's bringing back to what Ace was talking about when he was talking to Huda. And he brought up the fact that, like, oh, you seem so closed off. No guys are coming to talk to you. And she's like, well, no one's asked me to talk. And then you take that and you put it in the baseball game. And in the baseball game, she's making out with dudes and has no regard for how Jeremiah feels about it. But you flip the script and Jeremiah gets selected by Amaya to be at home plate. And the fourth base thing was killing me too. Home plate, for fuck's sake. And she acts like he just stabbed her in the heart. And this new girl, Amaya, is such a bitch. Because why? She played the game?
Yep.
And she's like, she knows how close we are. It's like, even if she watched a recap, hey, this is what's been going on before you got to the Love Island. Boop, 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 boop. She still doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And she shouldn't care either, because guess what, Huda? It's been 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? Like,
I
that
don't know.
reaction was ludicrous.
It was incredible.
She was sobbing.
So good.
I know, it's hilarious.
It was so
Like,
fucking
I was
good.
dying laughing. And then, like, when they go to the aftermath of it and Huda and Jeremiah are talking to each other, she's like, I could tell you didn't really kiss her. I could tell you weren't really,
Yeah, you were pulling back. You were holding back.
Stop it.
You weren't kissing her the way you kiss me.
Oh, it's
every single
it's
night.
nauseating.
Yeah.
It's fucking
It's so fucking
nauseating.
great,
I
though.
had one more point to make, and then we can get to questions. And I need to think for a second. I get too riled up.
Good to see that Love Island can still get you riled up.
Not like I'm not taking it seriously. Don't worry, I'm not like, what the fuck, like I would in some other shows. Like, I'm taking it for what it is. It's just really funny to watch all of these interactions, and then, like, you know, it's funny to watch how seriously some people take it. It's funny. I don't know. Was the meditation with Austin and Amaya in episode 5?
That's the next episode, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That their energy, they
should be together.
they make sense.
Yeah.
Amaya and other people on the show.
Yep.
God, I'm gonna spoil it. I can't say it.
Don't worry, the clap comment's also the next episode.
Okay, that's good to know too.
Clap with more than my hands.
Yeah. Well, you just spoiled that part.
I couldn't help myself.
That's the other funny part. And then let's get to questions. Is like the play on words and the puns
They're so bad.
that these people make are the worst.
Unless it's the narrator.
Yeah, the
wanna hear
narrator's great,
Yeah.
but their wordplay is atrocious.
So bad.
And so obvious. It's like, yeah, that's the easiest thing to say. And they're like,
Yeah. God, it's the best.
but we want to extend the question portion because we have a lot of them, and we want to hear what you guys have to say. So let's get to some preguntas. And then at the end, we got to do predictions.
Yeah.
We got to get our prop bets back.
From Kitchens Christopher, who is your favorite person of the bombshells so far?
The
think
bombshells, the only ones that like
There's
enter.
4 of them, yeah. I'm going to say Sierra.
Probably Sierra. I don't. Hannah's kind of. We don't really know Hannah that much. Even in episode
we don't,
5,
yeah.
we really don't get
Yeah.
to know her that well. Maya is a lot.
From Nick Sims, why is Huda possessive and Jeremiah only in Fiji for the money? ? That's kind of what it seems like, and that's what I've seen a lot of online. We don't have a lot to go off of. It's just incredibly toxic.
It's so toxic. I called that early, by the way. I texted Dev. I said, "Toxic couple alert." Mm-hmm. Jeremiah and Huda, and she watched episode 2, and she was like, "Totally."
From Maya's Minutes, is Jeremiah ready to be a stepdaddy? And why do you think Ulysa got booted from the villa? The second one we already answered.
Oh, you don't know?
You did-
Google it.
Yeah, Google
You'll
it.
be appalled.
Jeremiah not ready to be a stepdaddy.
No.
That conversation where she does tell, was that the 4th episode? Now I'm confused. When she told him that she was
that
a
was
mom.
episode 5. Let's just talk about it. Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it really quick. He did not know what the fuck was going to come out of her mouth.
No, it's the cliffhanger, and then it starts in episode 5.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that more next episode. But yeah,
Yeah, because the way she does it also, like, for the cliffhanging moment is terrible. It's like, oh my God, like, just say it. You're making it worse.
yeah. From Mama to Lil C, does Austin remind you of Scott Disick? Boy, he hopes so.
What the fuck is going on with this Scott Disick stuff? I mean, no, not really. But wait, hold on. Who Mom to Little C asked that?
Yeah.
You need to follow up and tell us if you know that his TikTok name is whatever.
I know it is. I saw it.
Thanks, dude. I'm saying, did she come up with
Oh,
that
if she knows. Oh,
just because?
I would hope so. She maybe she saw like somebody put it out there.
But do you see how much funnier it would be
Yeah.
if she just called
That would
that,
be really
and
funny.
she has no idea that his TikTok name is Scott Disick fan or whatever?
Great. From Amanda Grace 1129, is this season boring so far? No.
Absolutely not. It's
Nope.
electric, and I
Not at
don't
all.
appreciate your candor.
From Ryan Stoneman 83, why are there so many episodes already? That's how this works.
It's Love Island, baby.
How it works, Ryan.
That's what we do.
Get on board.
Hell yeah, brother.
From Mad Walb, are you guys covering from Beyond the Villa too? You already give us so much, but just curious. I love you guys. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, that's July 13th. It comes out, so it'll cross over a little bit with this, and yeah, we'll fit it.
If it's anything like this, then yeah, I need to. Wait a minute. After seeing what this show is and who these people are, I need to see them in the wild.
Yeah,
I have to see how they operate in day-to-day life.
Yeah. From Jamie Elizabeth, hair artist. Have you guys seen Ace's videos teaching Pakistanis to dance?
I have not yet.
Steele has to see it. I'll send it to him when we're done here.
Very much looking forward to watching that.
Absolutely.
Keep firing.
A lot of comments of is Jeremiah just in it for the money? It seems like he would be.
I get a weird vibe from that dude.
From Mary Had a Little, does Jeremiah's smile terrify you the way it does me?
No, it just seems condescending, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what it is? He's got the definition of a shit-eating grin.
Yeah, for sure. From Zoe Kudlapole, do you see why people said that Lexi should have been on Love Island instead of...
Wait a minute. Lexi would have been good on Love Island.
Yeah.
Lexi really would have been good on this show.
Yeah, she would have... She's a bit of a carbon copy for Beldasha, but I think she would have done really well.
I think she would have done well. I
Yeah.
think this is a good fit for her. That's a good call.
The majority of these comments are just people asking if Jeremiah's in it for the money because they can't see through it. It's so funny.
I mean, look, if it's not that, which it very well might be, I don't know what his intentions are because I don't trust the guy.
We'll do one more in here from Hannah L. Drake. Fave Islander and least fave.
My favorite Islander is probably... Can I just do a couple and say Alondra and Taylor?
Oh, yeah, you can do a couple. Favorite couple.
That's what I just mean because I like both of them, and since they're together, I'm going to say Alondra.
Yeah, I would say Taylor and Ace are probably my favorites right now. My least favorite is Huda.
Again, I'm going to couple it up.
From entertainment value, Huda's my favorite.
Oh, no.
God, she's incredible.
It's just like watching her.
I'm going to say Jeremiah is my least favorite.
Jeremiah's just a bummer.
Yeah.
Like, get the stick out of your ass and have some fun on the show. And stop, for the love of God, saying, the moment I saw her, I knew.
Dude, you're not fooling anybody.
Shut up. Like, have fun, dude. Kick him off the tour, Doug.
Kick him off the tour, Doug.
Wait, that would be fun. Can you just get rid of one of them?
No. Yeah.
It'd be fun if, like, Huda got the boot and Jeremiah. Well, no, because I think Jeremiah's full of shit. I think he would.
They'll start, like, getting rid of couples at some point. Like, if they get, like,
when they get closed off or whatever. I don't know, man. But, yeah, my least favorite is Huda and Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is tough with the episode 5 crossover. Is just the coming together of Amaya and Huda. Where she was like, I'm not usually that emotional. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like
sure.
Okay. That reaction you had to that whole thing was totally normal. Like the love of your life just made out with, oh my God. Part of the game, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe settle down, dude.
Well, this is going to be a fun ride for the boys. I'm
stoked. I love this show. It's so good.
We'll have episodes 6, 7, and 8 ready to roll probably Friday.
Episode 6 is today, which means Tuesday's 7, Wednesday. I thought Wednesday was a break day.
No, episode 6 was last night.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday break. So Thursday will be the Love Island episode. Probably. Yes. It's Thursday or Friday. We'll get it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna
Bravo schedule.
You're gonna have doubled up Love Island from us.
Oh yeah.
Hey boy.
Get ready.
I'm so excited to cover this show. I didn't realize how good it was.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal TV. But whew, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nope. All good here.
Well, that's our show. Bros gotta go.